during the Omer, we celebrate looking inward. We don't celebrate outwardly by having large gatherings of weddings and other festive occasions, but we look inward, and so it's apropos that we are coming together in a healing service virtually to look inward and to find strength within ourselves and within others. So, as you for those who have joined us before, we come together with the same skeletal framework of our virtual healing service, and then also we have opportunities to add in new prayers and reflections. And so today we'll begin with our "We Are Loved," and I'll share the screen so that everyone can follow along. When it comes up. And so our first prayer that we often recite is a song, "We Are Loved," which is a reflection on the importance of loving ourselves and loving those around us. Let's see why this isn't working. I spoke too soon. There we go. All right. Hopefully everyone can see our... We are embraced by arms that find us, even when we are hidden from ourselves. We are touched by fingers that soothe us, even when we are too proud for soothing. We are counseled by voices that guide us, even when we are too embittered to hear. We are loved, loved, loved by unending love and unending love. We are loved, loved, loved by unending love and unending love. We are supported by hands that uplift us, even in the midst of a fall. We are urged on by eyes that meet us, even when we are too weak for meeting. We are loved, loved, loved by unending love and unending love. We are loved, loved, loved by unending love and unending love. Embrace, touch, soothe, and counsel. Ours are the arms, the fingers, the voices. Ours are the hands, the eyes, the smiles. We are loved by an unending love. We are loved, loved, loved by unending love and unending love. We are loved, loved, loved by unending love and unending love. And we go to a second for the words Va'ani Ashir Uzecha, Va'arani Laboker Chastecha, that we look to the Psalms for healing and for strength. And so one of the main melodies we've been singing the last few months is Va'ani Ashir Uzecha, with the emphasis in the music on Uzi Elecha. Oh, my strength, to you I sing hymns. And that sometimes we need someone. This is a period. I was listening to country radio this morning in my car for a few minutes, and a woman was on talking about her book that she wrote a few years ago. I forget the name, but she was talking about finding ways to pick ourselves up. That this is that during difficult times we might feel like we shouldn't go on, that it's too hard, but that we have to find faith And sometimes faith can be faith in a higher being, and sometimes faith is in other individuals to surprise us, to strengthen us. And so whenever we sing these songs, we can always think of God on high, but also God down below, and ways in which we can find strength in each other as well. Vani ashiru zecha ve'aranin laboker chastecha ki hayita miskali umanos biyom sarli. Vani ashiru zecha ve'aranin laboker chastecha ki hayita miskali umanos biyom sarli. Uzi elecha azamira azamira. Uzi elecha azamira azamira. Azamira, azamira, uzi elecha, azamira, azamira. Va'ani ashiru zecha, ve'arani laboker chastecha, ki hayita miskali umanos biyom sarli. Vani ashiru zecha ve'arani laboker chastecha ki hayita miskali umanos biyom sarli. And again, today we focus in on Miskav and Manos, haven and refuge. So we sing Adonai Svatai Tiftach. Whenever we talk to God during the Amidah, a lot of text to try to find the right words, never expecting that each word is going to connect with us or with God. But our opening line is sometimes overlooked, but these words are the ones that ask to have God open our lips that we might speak our praise. That sometimes when we are given a place in the court of God, or of any place of importance, sometimes we don't have the right words or know what to say or to ask. And so that's what before we can enter this space for our healing service, we always sing Adonai Svatai Tiftach. Adonai Svatai Tiftach Ufi Yagid Tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Adonai, Sifatai, Tivta, Ufi Yagid, Tehilatecha. We come back together for a minute as we you say how good it is to be with all of you, both on Facebook and on Zoom, and hopefully for those who watch a little later as well. finding the right time. But we, while we're not here together physically, we do acknowledge that that seeing each other's faces, that knowing that there are others who are looking in search of healing in our community, that can be a source of comfort. When we lose loved ones, we offer the traditional words of comfort, and we say that God should menachem, that hamakom yenachem etchem betoch shar Evelot Zion Yerushalayim, that God should comfort you among all the mourners of Zion and Jerusalem. That we, just as we mourn together, we celebrate together, and we heal together. And so we celebrate being here in this space. Hine ma tovu manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tovu manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tovu manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tovu manayim shevet achim gam yachad. How wonderful and pleasant it is to be here together with all of you. So one thing that I wanted to bring back that we have been doing a few weeks ago is sharing reflections on prayer during this pandemic, and reflecting on our relationships to ourselves, and how we can find our own inner healing, and also appreciate the miracles of life. So we'll in a moment we'll again share some of those reflections that I found, and they're all virtual, so you can, if you look for them afterwards online, I'm sure you'll find them. So for those following on Zoom or on Facebook, we recite at the bottom of the page our intention of creating this space. We ask you, Sacred Presence, to suffuse our spirits, to open our hearts and minds to the source of all, so that our hearts may heal, our minds may mend, and our souls may be serene. May we, on our journey towards wholeness, be partners with you, source of blessings, and in helping each other, heal creation by discovering you in every moment. And we have gratitude. Before we can ask for healing, we have to build into our structure of our service the same structure that we do in a whether it's a morning, afternoon, evening service in a more traditional setting. That the first thing we do is we give gratitude for the simple things in life. And during this time where none of these things are taken for granted, we thank God for the gift of our body, that it works in wondrous ways, and that it continues to work. And for those in our midst who struggle with coronavirus, that they also find healing of body. Praised are you, who with wisdom fashioned the human body, creating openings, arteries, glands, and organs, marvelous in structure, intricate in design. Should but one of them, by being blocked or opened, fail to function, it would be impossible to exist. Praised are you, healer of all flesh, who sustains our bodies in wondrous ways. Baruch atah Adonai, rofeh chol basar umafli la'asot. We also give thanks for our soul, that the soul that God breathes in each of us is pure, that remains pure, and that during these difficult times when our patience can be tested, our physical strength, our emotional, intestinal fortitude is questioned, that we remind ourselves that God is within us, that He breathed life into us, into our souls, and that we have to remind ourselves of the simple things. O God, you are a consolation to your creatures. For moments of forgetting, we but call to mind your care, and we are comforted. When we hope no more, a pattern in the sand reminds us of your love. Your dawns give us confidence, and sleep is a friend. Our sorrows dissipate in the presence of an infant's smile, and old men's words revive our will to wish. Your hints are everywhere, your signals in the most remote of places. You are here. We fail words to say, Ma Tov, how good our breath, our rushing energies, our silences of love. Let me sing towards the bottom of the page. Elohai neshama shenatata bi tehora hi. God, the soul you breathed in me, is pure. Elohai neshama shenatata bi tehora hi. 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 And we are reminded by that song, the importance of breath, and that each song begins and ends with silence, a little extra breath to take in each moment of our lives. Which segues right to our next gratitude. We're going to stop share for a second as I want to share another reflection on everyday miracles that I found online. We'll share the text again. Praise be the eternal God, source of the universe, who has implanted mind and instinct within every living being, who has given us a new day where we are alive, and we too can see the difference between day and night, between light and darkness, between true and false, and between appropriate concern and panic, who has made a Jew or connected to the Jewish community, who has given me the obligation, the tools, and the resources to strive to act like a human being when others may be driven by fear, homophobia, racism, who has made me to be free. While my ability to be in physical community may be limited, help me see that I am still free to make choices every minute, every day. Who opens the eyes to the blind. Please, God, open the eyes of those in positions to make decisions for the community, for those researching new tests and vaccines and cures. Give them the peace of mind to be clear-eyed as they do their work. Who provides clothes for the naked. We all feel so incredibly vulnerable. As you clothed Adam and Eve as they left the garden, please give us the protection we need to stay healthy, physically and emotionally. Who frees the captive. Free those carrying the burden of the community. Be present to them so that they do not feel alone in their decisions. Who lifts up the fallen. Help us to recover, to stand straight again. Please send special blessings to the families and friends of those who have died or are suffering. Who makes firm each person's steps. Give the leaders of our nation and all nations the resolve and the patience to deal with this crisis in the way that you would have them act. Who girds our people Israel with strength. Let us come together as a community of support so that we are not isolated and alone. Let us find strength in you. Who crowns Israel with glory. let us still find the holiness in every day, in big and small ways. Who gives strength to the weary, gives strength to those working in the medical clinics and hospitals, and to helpers everywhere. Who removes sleep from my eyes, slumber from my eyelids. Let me one day soon wake up to praise your name first and not to think about tragedy and fear. Let all humanity arise from slumber and fight injustice wherever it may occur. Let each of us understand what our role is in this effort to repair the world in partnership with you, so that one day you will be one and your name will be one. As we reshare our PDF, again, we think of all those everyday miracles that we should be thankful for. Sometimes hard to tally them up during these difficult times where days bleed into the next, when we all might have our own pains and pains of others on our minds and our hearts. But we can also be uplifted by some of those individuals that were mentioned in that play on Berchot HaShachar, our morning blessings. The angels who, like this next prayer we sing, B'Shem Hashem, who watch over us on our right side, our left side, behind us, and in front of us. Michael, who is like God. Gavriel, God's might and strength. Uriel, the light of God. And Raphael, God as healing. And upon our heads, the presence of God. So that we might be those angels for others, and that others might be those angels for us. And then, of course, we also have angels on high. Both these angels that we reference, and also the angels who are no longer with us physically, but are here reminding us to get up, reminding us to push forward, reminding us to connect, and to do so lovingly. So we'll sing B'Shem Hashem. B'Shem Hashem Elokei Yisrael Mimini Michael Umismoli Gabriel Umilfanai Uriel Umeachorai Raphael Ve'al Roshi Ve'al Roshi Shechinatel B'Shem Hashem Elokei Yisrael Mimini Michael Umismoli Gabriel Umilfanai Uriel Umeachorai Raphael Ve'al Roshi Ve'al Roshi Shechinatel. In the name of Hashem, God of Israel, may on Michael be at my right, Gabriel at my left, Uriel before me, and Raphael behind me, and above my head the presence of God. And we recite this prayer, taken again from the Psalms, prayer for peace within our walls, serenity within our palaces. That these places that we, our homes, that we work so hard pre-quarantine to make a haven, a refuge from our work life, from our outside life, that we can come home and relax and just be in that space. That space now is all space, right? It's workspace. It is a space for anxiety and for all this extra stuff that doesn't belong there, but is there. And so we pray for serenity to hold on to those precious things that make a home a home. Again, the love and connection with others, those extra phone calls, those extra embraces, virtual embraces. And then we can keep that other stuff in check. It's there. We're not going to deny, we're not going to get rid of it, but to keep it in check with a little extra effort and strength. So we sing the words, Yehi Shalom B'Chelech. Yehi Shalom B'Chelech Shalva B'Yarmenotai. Yehi Shalom B'Chelech shalva v'yarmenotayich. Yehi shalom b'chelech shalva v'yarmenotayich. Yehi shalom b'chelech shalva v'yarmenotayich. So I wanted to stop share again to bring in something else a little different today, and this is a meditative reading that we can I think fits into this space that we are creating now. And so I'll ask anyone. I would say before I forget that someone reached out to me from River Garden Hebrew Home, which is our local elderly care facility. We have independent living, we have assisted living, all forms of, again, elderly care facilities at River Garden and the Coves. And they asked that I share, I'm going to start sharing our healing services whenever they upload, I'll upload them to YouTube. And they'll be shared with residents of the Coves and River Garden, who, like many who are suffering in assisted living and nursing homes across the country. Suffering because there are outbreaks, physical outbreaks, but for many more drastically is the emotional drain, anxiety of not being able to connect with loved ones, not being able to visit and seeing them physically creates an extra strain, and not being able to come together with community, and with all the cyber technology that one has to figure out to make this work, it can create, again, an extra layer of pain. And so I wanted to offer for this prayer not only for those who are here, but those who will eventually watch this. And so this is a guided visualization to then take, as we mentioned before, take a few extra breaths in our day. So those who would like to get comfortable, stretch out a little bit, close your eyes if you'd like. And so we take a few breaths. 5. We sit quietly for 5 breaths, slow, deep from the belly. Five more, slow, deep from the belly. Relax. Let go of tension in your jaw, your shoulders, arms, hands, fingers, your lower back, your legs, ankles, feet, toes. Think of someone you love. Picture their face. Now imagine a tunnel made of light, big enough for a soccer ball to roll through, running from your chest to that person you love. There is warmth and light flowing freely from you to this person and back to you, glowing waves of golden light. Think of another person you love, a family member or a friend. This person loves you and has your back. See a new flow of light passing from you to this person and back back and forth in golden waves. See the first connection, still as strong as it was when you first saw it. And now you have two tunnels of light and love, extending from you to two beautiful loved ones. Now imagine another, this one emerging from another part of your body, an arm perhaps, or a leg, a shoulder, a knee, to another loved one. See the light flowing back and forth to this new third person. The first two tunnels of light are still as clear and unwavering as ever. Three flows of golden light connect you to three people. See a fourth. Keep going, adding new courses of warmth and light, while the earlier ones remain as strong as ever, until you are surrounded by a web of golden light and strong connections of love for the people you love. Feel the light warming your heart. Each of these people cares about you, wishes you the best, wants you to be happy, loves you. Their love fills you with warmth so that little by little you feel yourself becoming warmer and cozier, held, secure. See each of their dear faces. You love each of them and want what is good for them, and that love flows from you to them. You are surrounded by light, warmth, love. You are floating in a field of caring. You are so deeply connected to this beautiful network of people with deep hearts and smart minds. You are connected. Their love for you and the love you feel for them remains with you always, when you think of it and when you are not thinking of it, when you go through your day and as you prepare for bed at night, when you awaken in the morning and at every moment. You exist always in a network of love and caring. This is your home. You are connected. Knowing and feeling this, take 5 slow, relaxed breaths, allowing any lingering tension to gently exit your body. The golden light warms and heals you, helps you to let go of anything needed, for you are connected. Take 5 more breaths slowly. And when you are ready, open your eyes and stretch. These are your people, and they are with you. No physical distance can get in the way of this light. You are connected, now and always. Come back together again to realize how we make a home. Our home is in thinking of all those that we love and that love us. Those here in spirit, those here virtually, those who could be here that we can connect with. These are the ways that we can find love in our lives and healing in our body and in our spirit. I want to take one extra moment as we are now stretched. We feel that light, that love, that warmth of people having our back, supporting us. That we take a moment of silence to reflect on all those in our midst who are in need of healing. Those who've suffered loss, those who may suffer loss, those who suffer illness, those who care for those who suffer illness. Those dealing with the tensions, the anxieties of the space that we are in. Those looking forward to better times in person. And so we'll just take a moment to think of all those in our midst. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. We now offer prayer for those in our midst. We have a Mi Sheberach list for Cholim, for those who are ill in our community and families and communities beyond. And so if you recognize a name on our list, we hope you feel comfortable reaching out, making those extra connections to all those who are in need, but especially those on our list today. Today we're thinking of Israel ben Blima, Shlomo Michael ben Bracha, Menashe ben Penina, Sheno bat Batya, Avram ben Esther, Sarah Simcha bat Chana, Michal ben Yetta, Yito Rachel bat Sira Leah, Yitzhak ben Fega, Shalom bat Esther, Baruch ben Yehudi, Leah bat Miriam, Leah Avial bat Neshama, Tzadik ben Avram, Shmuel Reuben ben Batya, Moshe ben Rachel, Shoshana Rivka bat Michal Sarah, Devorah bat Sarah, Fega Leah bat Batsheva, Penina bat Rivka, Devorah Miriam bat Sarah, Shalom ben Leah, Rivka bat Leah, Chaim ben Rivka, Moshe ben Minna, Yosef ben Mindel, Leah bat Chava, Shoshana bat Rezela, Eliezer ben Shendel, Moshe ben Rachel, Shira bat Mayim, Reuven ben Chana, Ephraim ben Lev, Jennifer Abadi, Vera Benjamin, Stephen Cantor, Alan Shepnick, Alex Diener, Cynthia Disher, Elliot Dribian, Paula Garfinkel, Marvin Gilman, Eric Held, Aaron Hoden, Morris Jelks, Gloria Jones, Bill Rowan Kagan, Bill Kite, Debbie King, Jerry Lindsay, Theresa Martin, Susan Needle, Dina Parkman, Stephen Paul, Buddy Pollack, Skip Graham, Joseph Ribnick, Harry Rittenberg, Eric Roseman, Arthur Rosenblum, Larry Rosenblum, Joshua Rubin, Arnold Murray Schwartz, Mira Shamash, Loretta Shapiro, Charles Soule, Jennifer Vandiver, Devorah Wersansky, Barbara Uden, Mara Uden, our wounded soldiers and veterans, those injured in attacks of terror in Israel and around the world, victims of gun violence here in the U.S., those infected by the coronavirus, those dealing with mental health issues. Again, anyone who has names to add to our Mi Sheberach, feel free to add in our chat or on Facebook for anyone who's on your mind and your heart as well. And to ask for healing, our prayers are twofold. We have our very famous Mi Sheberach by Debbie Friedman. We're going back to share for a second. That's it's sweet sounding. We very polite in our ask for healing. And then we have our other ask, which is Anna Elna. God, please heal. Then the words that Moses shouted out, screamed to God. That we all are talking and asking in different ways. And so we honor that by having different ways of asking for healing in this space. So we'll sing Debbie Friedman's first on the bottom of page 5, beginning of page 6. Mi shebeirach avoteinu mekor habracha la'imotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Mi shebeirach imotenu mekor habracha lamotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen. And we know the extra burdens for being a caregiver during these difficult times. And caregiver extends beyond traditionally someone taking care of someone in their home or in the hospital. We also extend that to all the healthcare workers who are those caregivers every day, but especially during this period of pandemic. All those people who've been on the front lines. We take for granted our ability to buy food, to have supplies on hand. That all those workers working in factories, working in grocery stores, working really at their own risk, they also need our support as well, and recognition that they are full-fledged caregivers during these difficult times. Show me how to offer hope. Open your hand with the colors of faith, that I might begin to fill in spaces to strengthen another's life. Show me how to offer comfort. Point out your nesting place, feathered against adversities that wound those I love. Show me the direction when I am lost, searching to help but finding no paths. Show me tolerance when I weary of helping and a long, dreary day stretches toward a restless night. You place before us life and love. Show us endurance. You place before us healing and hope. Show us persistence. Reach deep within me eternal strength, and bring my strength to consciousness. Pull it around us. Let it radiate with your power. Let it guide our way. And as I said just now, El Narafanala. This is our refrain of our melody that we sing almost every week. As we ask, especially, I'm more of the crying out today as we think of all those who, as a lot of our country and parts of Florida go back in some form these past few days, restaurants opening, malls opening, that cry out that we follow the right protocols, do the right thing, get the right testing. It's all about the testing, as the great rabbis of our time say. Rabbi Fauci, as we might give him smicha, that we have to be careful during these difficult times. And so we ask, we cry out not only to God, but also to others to be careful out there as we try to begin returning to a world that we remember, and a world that we can continue to repair, and use all these things, these precious gifts that we've created these last few months, to use those as a catalyst for change, for good. El na refana la nu, El na refana la nu. Dear God of our ancestors, dear God of our ancestors, help us renew our faith. Help us renew our faith. Grant us a perfect healing. Grant us a perfect healing. Bring peace to all our days. Bring peace to all our days. El na refana la nu. El na refana la nu. Restore our strength of body, restore our strength of body. Help clarify our minds, help clarify our minds. Refresh our tired spirits, refresh our tired spirits. Rejuvenate our light, rejuvenate our light. El na refana la nu. El na refana la nu. Thank you for all these blessings. Thank you for all these blessings. Throughout our days and nights, throughout our days and nights, we celebrate the journey. We celebrate the journey this precious gift of life, this precious gift of life. El na refanala, refanala nu. El na refanala, refanala nu. And we conclude with the singing of Oseh Shalom, a prayer for peace, both in amongst our community, the people of Israel, but also Al Kol Yoshvei Tevel, all the people of the world. We understand that peace and wholeness are intricately bound to, we are all bound to each other, that our peace is another's peace, that our wholeness is another wholeness, and that we, if we know that there's brokenness in the world and we can get consumed by it, then it's our job to not only work on ourselves, but work on others, so that we all can be feeling that wholeness, that peace. It's a big task. It's something we ask God for really at every concluding prayer of note in Judaism. Every service, every time we eat, we always end with Oseh Shalom. And so my prayer for our week ahead is finding a little bit of wholeness, putting those pieces of the puzzle back together. This is one of those 10,000 piece puzzles of life, and so it's a journey. And we know that each day that we add another puzzle piece back, we repair the world and we repair ourselves in order so that we can find inner peace and healing of body and in spirit. Oseh Shalom Bimrama, Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Ve'imru Amen. Oseh Shalom Bimrama, Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Ve'imru Amen. Ya'aseh Shalom, Ya'aseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh Shalom, Ya'aseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh Shalom, Ya'aseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh Shalom, Ya'aseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh Shalom, Ya'aseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael. May the one who brings peace to the universe bring peace and wholeness to us, to all the people of Israel and all the people of the world. I want to thank everyone for joining us on Zoom and on Facebook. And again, those joining us later, River Garden and other places, I hope this is a source of comfort for you during these difficult times. And I wanted to also note that next week we have something special that I'm brewing. Hopefully we'll make a Facebook event so we can share that as well. It's our Lag BaOmer campfire, virtual campfire, with music, just an hour of music, and it's going to directly follow our healing service. So a few weeks ago we had our Yizkor service, which kind of added a weight to our healing service that day, and so I wanted to do something a little present for us on the other bookend. So next week we'll have a little break for a few minutes, and then at 6 o'clock, so 5 o'clock healing service, 6 o'clock we'll come back together, and we'll hear not just my voice, because sometimes I feel like when everyone's on mute it's hard to just hear myself, but we're going to hear from members of our community as they share their own music, and music that we can all sing along to and learn from, and just feel good, a feel good hour not just celebrities, but our own Jacksonville Jewish Center celebrities, and giving them some love and honoring their commitment to our community by bringing in their own songs. So, I want to thank everyone for being here, and I'll probably jinx it in the next 5 seconds, but this was the first time in a long time that Zoom, Facebook, sound, sharing of documents, everything worked out today. So thanks, guys, for making that possible somehow.
Thank you, Hassan.
To see everyone. Have a
Bye.
great week. And
Bye, Hassan.